All right, I haven't been this excited about a sling bag in a long time, but today we're gonna see whether or not this new Alpaka Vertex Pouch can hold my entire content creation toolkit. Let's get right into it. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Desmond. I make content about tech and travel gear, and we're talking all about sling bags today. More specifically, this is the Alpaka Vertex Pouch, which, as described, is both a sling bag, a desk caddy, and a tech pouch all in one. So if you've seen my channel before, you know that I have reviewed a ton of different sling bags, camera slings specifically, but this new bag from Alpaka is probably one of the closest things that I would consider an everyday content creator sling bag. So in today's video, we're gonna walk through all the features, the functionality, the build quality of this bag, and whether or not it's going to fit my needs as an on-the-go content creator. And that means being able to hold things like my ZVE1, my Leica Q2, my iPad mini. I have an assortment of microphones and filters and other things that I have to carry on me, and we'll pack this thing up and see what it can actually hold and whether or not it's useful for content creators or people who are just looking for an everyday bag that can hold anything from their daily essentials to their camera kit. So let's go ahead and talk about the bags themselves. So I have two versions here. These are both the Vertex Pouch. One is made in an X-Packed material, which I really enjoy from Alpaka, one of their more classic build materials. I have a lot of bags using X-Pack. And over here I have their new AxoFlux like nylon fabric. This is made entirely from recycled materials. This is a really cool and again, very functional build material. So let's just go ahead and start our walkthrough with the AxoFlux version. They look very similar. If you get really close, you can see the pattern on the X-Packed, but let's start with the AxoFlux. So giving you a close look here, I mean, as we walk around this bag, the shape is pretty cool. I mean, this is an all black on black bag, and the shape of this bag is what allows it to carry so much stuff and makes it pretty functional. So what you're gonna notice here is we have a tapered off top, and then at the bottom it's relatively flat, which allows it to do one of the three things, which is act as a desk caddy, which means you can sit this down on your desk, you can open it up, and then you can easily organize all the things that you need for your workday. If you're sitting down at a cafe, at your desk, at the office, at an airport, this is just a good way to have all of your stuff available and accessible in an easy to access form. So with that said, the exterior of the bag is pretty straightforward. We've got the large zipper pocket here. We've got a small pocket here. If we flip it over to the back, you're gonna see where I've got the strap clipped in and a really nice handle. So I actually really like the thickness of this handle. This is actually great, especially for me. I like to carry camera gear in here, and camera gear, even though it's small, can get relatively dense and heavy. So having this thicker padded strap here makes it really easy to pick up the bag, move it around, and also gives me something to hold when I'm accessing my cameras. And before we open up the bag, let's just look at the strap that comes with it. So you have this padded shoulder strap. I like it. It's really nice. I mean, it's a combination of nylon, thick padding here, and then their magnetic latching system, which I love. I think it's really nice and easy to use. Also, if you have other Alpaka bags with the buckle system in the back, you can switch to something a little bit thinner and less bulky than this. On the X-Pack version, I'm using one of the thinner Alpaka straps, which doesn't have the pad, and I'm totally fine with that because this is a pretty small bag and my camera and like content loadout doesn't get too heavy where I need the protection of a thick pad. So you have options. And just a quick look, taking off the straps is super easy. You just unclip it, slide it right out. All right, so here we've got the bag. Let's go ahead and get it open. So let's open the main compartment of the AxoFlux variant. All right, so here is the interior of the AxoFlux version. And what you're gonna notice here is obviously this is different than some of the Alpaka bags I've tested in the past. The interior uses a light gray honeycomb pattern versus the bright orange honeycomb pattern I've seen in the past and have in some of my other bags. It is available in the X-Packed version, which I'll show you. But let's just take a quick look in here. You've got pretty spacious and very useful dividers. And what I'm also going to show you here is, here's the bag closed, but if I open, there's a magnet that holds this flap open, and that allows it to function as the desk caddy. So you can notice here that I placed the bag down. If it was full, it'd probably be even more sturdy, but it stands on its own. The front flap holds itself open, and you can easily access all the things in your Alpaka Vertex pouch. All right, so back to digging through this thing. You've got a mesh pocket right here. So a quick zip, you have access to a mesh pocket. And if we go a little deeper, you've got two mesh pockets here. You can put hard drives, you can put a mouse, you can put some AirPods. All of those things fit incredibly easy. One thing that I will likely use this for a lot is my ND filters. So this fits an ND filter really easy. It'll probably hold up to the larger sizes. I've got an ND filter for an 82mm thread, and look at that. It fits perfect. All right, so let's make our way through. We've got another little opening here. This is more of a half opening. It doesn't go the full length of the bag, and it's held together by magnets, which I really like. So this is probably good for change or dropping in loose items. It's a good, nice pocket. Next, let's talk about this main pocket here. You can tell this thing holds its shape really well. And with this main pocket, you can fit some pretty large items in here. Don't let the size of this bag fool you. It is very useful storage. Here I have my Sony ZV-E1. This is my new travel video camera. I use this for a ton of travel content creation. I use it for vlogging. I use it for a lot of B-roll. This little camera is incredible. It's a tiny FX3, which is what I use to film most of my videos in studio, but now I have something like this that I carry around everywhere with me. So let's go ahead and put this into the bag. And I mean, it's as easy as that. What you'll notice is it fits really, really well in here, and it gives me such quick access to the grip that I can easily just pull this thing in and out. And that's actually what I really like about this magnetic mechanism here. It keeps this open, so whether it's on a desk or if it's hanging from my hip or my shoulders, when I open this bag up, this flap stays open. I can easily access my camera, or I can use this as a place to change lenses, put on filters, grab different gear, all without putting the bag down or having to worry about holding this little flap open. So that's just a quick demonstration. Let's keep moving through the rest of the interior of this bag. Let me flip it over here so you can continue to see. This was the main pocket that we had the ZV-E1 in. There's another zipper on the inside. You can put SD cards, cleaning cloths, anything flat, which is really helpful. And then you have one more flap right here. This is perfect for an iPad mini, and that is exactly what I use it for. So over here, I have my iPad mini 6. I currently have it in a keyboard case. I don't always travel with it in a keyboard case, but here we go. You can see that it fits perfectly in this section with the keyboard case on. Like I mentioned, I don't normally travel with the keyboard case, not unless I have to. I'd probably have a backpack, but without the case on, in the bag, I still have a ton of room for my camera gear. So I can actually travel with my entire content creation and editing kit. So I've got my iPad mini inside, and then I'm gonna go ahead and just drop my camera in there as well. So again, you can see we've got the iPad mini in here, we've got my camera in here, and this thing still closes really well. So this is all zipped up. I've got a ZV-E1 in here with a 20mm f1.8G lens. I've got an iPad mini, which I use to edit all of my photos, and I can use to edit videos and quick reels and social media content right from everything inside this bag. So let's just keep this thing open and keep talking about what else I carry in this bag for content creation. Well, every time I travel, if I'm doing content creation on the go, I have a microphone with me. This is my shotgun mic. This is a Sony EC-M1, I think, but it fits in here super easy. Also, if I needed a wireless system, I also use the Sony wireless lav system. So this goes on top of the camera in the multi-interface hot shoe, and here is the wireless lav mic That also fits in there. Again, ear pods, if I wanted to, I can drop those in here as well. I've got a USB-C to SD card reader. This dongle is useful for the iPad mini, and also because my new iPhone 15 Pro Max takes USB-C. Again, something else that I would be able to easily put in and carry in this bag. And here's something else that'll also fit in this bag with all of that gear. As you can see here, Sony ZV-1 is still in here with the 20mm lens. Here is my Sony 55mm f1.8 Zeiss lens. I really love this thing. It's great for B-roll, it's great for close-up shots, also good for photography. It's a pretty old lens, but it's tiny and it's compact, and it fits right into this bag. So if you take a look here, I've got my Sony ZV-E1 with a 20mm lens. I've got a 55mm for closer content shots, for closer B-roll, and even photos on the go if I need it. And now we've got the iPad. Fits in there perfectly. We've got my additional microphones, which go in here right on top. If I wanted to include this, these are the wireless mics. They go in here as well. And then all of this closes right up. So everything I just packed is in this pouch right now. And here's the nice thing. If you're looking at this pouch from all these different angles, it does not look overpacked. It does not look like I've stretched it beyond the confines and the original structure of this bag. This thing looks like it's well balanced and it's well fit with stuff. Also, like I said, because there's so much gear in here, a lot of it's pretty dense, having this handle is really nice. It's really easy to hold, and it's great having all of this stuff in this tiny little bag. And again, you can see here that the bag stands up really well on its own. I still have a ton of room. And when I open it up, it stands on its own. I have quick access to my microphones. I can take out the camera, I can pull out a lens, I can do a quick camera and lens change here. You can see how useful the Vertex pouch is just by how quickly I'm demonstrating it. It is definitely one of my favorite sling bags to come out of Alpaka, and I have a lot of Alpaka bags. So it doesn't end there. I'm gonna put that one away, and let me show you the X-Packed one really quick. As you can see here, X-Pack material looks slightly different. You can probably see some of the X's on this material. X-Pack is a lot lighter and it's very durable. Again, both versions come with these weather sealed zippers. This thing does a good job of protecting your gear, whatever you want to put in it. But let's take a look at the difference here. So now that I've got it open, you can see the more classic interior that comes with an Alpaka bag. You've got that really nice bright orange honeycomb look and feel with the contrasting black. This is my favorite style of Alpaka bag, so just take a quick look here. All the functionality is exactly the same. It's just the fact that this has that orange interior. It still holds the same amount of gear, so you can see my ZV-E1 is in there. We'll put my 50mm lens in here. All of that stuff still fits exactly as it should. And one other thing that I want to show you, especially with the Q2 and now the Q3 being such popular on-the-go cameras for creators, these are expensive point and shoots, but they are beautiful, they're useful, I use one every single day, is this also fits so easily in this bag. So you can take a look here, it fits perfectly. There is so much space. I can have it upright, I can have it laying on the screen. So just know that you can fit your Q2 in here along with a bunch of other stuff. I don't know why you need another lens for a camera that's not interchangeable, but let's just say you have a Leica M11 or any of the smaller Leicas with interchangeable lenses. You can fit more lenses in here along with your iPad for some quick editing, microphones, ear pods. All types of gear will fit in this great little pouch. So like I said, this thing has three functions, right? It is a desk caddy, so that's how I've been demonstrating it for the most part, but it's also a sling bag. So when I have it like this, I have quick and easy access to my gear. It's super simple, really nice. This is how I use a lot of my camera slings, and I love that this works just like that. And then finally, it functions as a tech pouch, which is really just this bag full of stuff shoved into a backpack. So you can use this in the Alpaka travel bags. This is really helpful, again, because it comes with all the function and features of, say, their classic tech kit or their tech pouch, all the organization here for your stuff is great. I personally just use this as an on-the-go content creator toolkit. It fits this full frame 4K camera, all of my extra lenses, my microphones, my iPad, my iPhone 15 Pro Max, which I also use for content creation. So really, when I have this thing filled out, there isn't anything I can't shoot or edit on the go. So with that said, Alpaka currently has this bag available through their Kickstarter campaign. I think at the time of filming, there's still maybe about a week left on their campaign, but I actually really like this. This is probably my favorite Alpaka sling. They make some cool, slick stuff, but none of it ever holds enough gear for me, or at least not in the way that I want it to, which is why I always tend to just go back to my camera slings, because they open like this. They're structural, and they also hold my cameras. But this Alpaka Vertex Pouch does all of that. And this is definitely going to replace my everyday camera sling. I'll be taking this to London, to Japan. I'm going on a bunch of trips where I'm going to just want to grab a quick content creation sling bag for when I do day trips and then leave all of my gear at the hotel. With that said, I'm pleasantly surprised at how great and functional this thing is. When Alpaka told me they were releasing something called the Vertex Pouch, I thought it was just another tech kit, but it is actually one of the most versatile sling bags I've been able to test. So I would highly recommend you checking out the Kickstarter. I'll leave a link in the description below. If this video comes out after the Kickstarter is over and it's available on the website, I will drop a link to that as well. If you like this content, hit that like button, subscribe for more videos just like this. I will catch y'all in the next one.